Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's talk about the IELTS Speaking Part 2. Does the idea of talking for 2 straight minutes just fill you with dread? If so, you're not alone, and you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to turn that anxiety into confidence and help you deliver a talk that really impresses.
Yeah, let's just admit it right up front. That 2-minute long turn can be the most stressful part of the whole test, right? That pressure to keep talking about some random topic is really tough. But I promise you, there is a clear path to succeeding.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll break down what the challenge really is. Then, we'll diagnose why so many people's talks kind of go wrong. And finally, the best part, we'll walk through a powerful strategy that covers everything: structure, content, and confident delivery.
All right, first things first. Let's make sure we're all on the same page about what you're really up against in the Part 2 speaking test.
So, you get a topic on a card, you get 1 minute to think, and then you talk. Sounds simple enough, right? But here's the thing. Doing well here isn't just about speaking good English. It's about having a strategy, a real rock-solid plan.
Okay, so let's get into why this section trips so many people up. And honestly, it often comes down to 2 huge things: really bad advice and, you guessed it, using the wrong practice materials.
I'm sure you've heard this one before, right? Oh, just ignore the bullet points and talk about whatever you want. This is probably one of the biggest myths out there, and it's almost always the result of people practicing with flawed, unofficial cue cards.
And this right here shows you the problem perfectly. On the left, you've got this vague, kind of confusing cue card you'd find floating around online. But on the right, that's an authentic prompt, directly from the test makers. And wow, the difference is just night and day.
You see, these poorly designed cards, like the one on the left, they're basically setting you up to fail. They lead to these rambling, incoherent talks because the prompts themselves are so vague. They pretty much encourage you to go off topic, and they give you zero help in reaching a solid conclusion. So your talk just fizzles out.
Okay, so if ignoring the bullet points is a huge mistake, then what are they actually for? This, right here, is where we flip the script and go from problem to solution.
You see, those bullet points aren't a cage. They're not there to restrict you. They are your secret weapon. Seriously, they're a guide, a scaffold that the test makers literally built to help you put together a fantastic, high-scoring talk.
And look at this. This is the solution in action. A real, authentic cue card is a roadmap. See how the bullet points are perfectly designed to give your talk a clear structure? You get a beginning, a middle, and an end all laid out for you.
And it's not random. The bullets are ordered in a very specific way to walk you through these 4 key stages. They help you introduce the topic, give some background, dive into the details, and then wrap it all up with a personal thought. If you follow them, your talk is pretty much guaranteed to be coherent and well-developed.
All right, so we've got the structure locked down. That's huge. But now, let's talk about maybe the most important part, the actual content, your story. Where on earth do these ideas come from, especially under pressure?
Trust me on this, examiners can spot a memorized, pre-rehearsed answer from a mile away. This quote is a classic example. The topic was a gift someone gave you, but the speaker just shoehorned in this practice speech about a laptop they bought for themselves. It's just awkward, it doesn't fit, and it sounds totally fake.
So what's the secret to an answer that sounds real and flows naturally? It's all about tapping into what's called your episodic memory. Think of it like your brain's personal library of real-life events and experiences. These are the stories that only you can tell.
But how do you access that library in just 60 seconds? Here's the trick. Use your senses. Look at this picture. Don't just think puppy. Think about what it felt like. The feeling of the wet fur, maybe the smell of puppy shampoo, the sound of the water splashing. Connecting to your senses like that, that's what makes a memory pop, and it gives you a ton of rich details to talk about.
Okay, let's bring it all home. We've got the structure from the cue card, we've got the content from our own memories, so how do we deliver it with that fluency and confidence that gets the high scores?
First off, please forget about memorizing rigid templates like, first I will talk about, then I will discuss. It just sounds robotic and unnatural. The best, smartest, and most flexible way to keep your talk on track is to use the bullet points on the card as your signposts.
And this is exactly how a pro does it. Check this out. A high-scoring speaker doesn't just read the bullet points out loud. No, they naturally introduce each part of their talk by paraphrasing the bullet. It creates these smooth, logical transitions that keep them and the examiner totally on track.
And please,
Whatever you do, do not forget that last bullet point. That's your conclusion. You have to wrap up with a personal reflection explaining why this topic was important to you. This speaker here just nails it, connecting the physical gift to this wonderful feeling of being cared for.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up. Here is your new strategy, boiled down. 1. Only practice with authentic test materials. 2. See the cue card as your roadmap, not a set of rules. 3. Brainstorm ideas by tapping into your real sensory memories. 4. Use the bullet points as natural signposts for your talk. And 5. Always finish with a personal reflection.
You see, when you shift your mindset, when you stop seeing this as a test of memorization and start seeing it as a chance to share a real story, you change the whole game. Your personal story is your secret weapon. Your own experiences are your greatest asset. And believe me, that is exactly what the examiners are hoping to hear.